Hello beautiful souls, it's Mary Rose from PsychicSoulmateReading.com. In this video, I will be giving you a 3-card tarot reading for the week July 16th to July 23rd. And if you are viewing this after the date that I've mentioned, it's okay because the message is still intended for you because you've landed on this channel. That is the way, or this video, that is the way spirit guides work and messages come through, okay? So even if in something, say for instance, something doesn't resonate with you right away, visit back because there is a message that is intended. You came here for a reason. Remember that. You are here for a reason, okay? The cards that I'm working with are the Handle Tarot. Now the box is kind of all flimsy and worn because these are very old cards. I probably had them for about maybe 20 some out years, and I just love them. I look at them now and they seem different to me. You gotta love the back of them. It's like a beautiful eye. Okay, so before I begin, and before I begin all my readings, I always do a brief meditation, and also, but I've already done that, and I do a little prayer just to change the vibration and the energy for us, okay? So calling onto a higher power, calling onto God, calling onto Jesus, the angels, please give us a message for our highest good, for what we need to know, for here and now, for everybody that is viewing this. Okay. Oh, that fell out. Well, we'll just put that aside. Okay. All right, I think that's enough. Cutting them in 3 piles. First card, 8 of Cups. Second, 2 of Cups. And we got the 7 of Stones, okay, which would be the 7 of Pentacles traditional tarot cards. Okay, so the first card, oh, actually I should read the card that fell out, okay? So it's actually a 4-card reading for us today. It's the Tower. The Tower fell out. The Tower is giving us a message. The Tower, it looks gruesome. It looks like, oh, it looks like a disaster. But actually it's renovation. And we've gotten this card probably in recent in my videos, my recent videos. The Tower, but today the Tower is saying that this is how you're feeling. It's feeling like a storm. You feel like you got up today and it's like, oh, or you feel that way right now. Something has made you feel like all out of sorts, and that is what you're feeling. You're feeling just completely out of it in some way, and just feeling razzled, and like there's a lot of energy, a lot of movement going on, and you just feel like you're out of the loop. Like something is just not right. You feel broken. You feel just everything. But I'm going to promise you that this also is an enlightenment card. It represents that you go through all of these things for the aha moment. That is how it happens. It's renovation, and renovations does not look nice when it's being done. And I know you probably have renovations in your city, construction, that's what I meant to say, and you probably had some renovations in your home at some point. So you know when you get renovations and when you see construction, it doesn't look nice at the beginning. So that's what you're feeling inside. You're feeling all of these things. So it's actually surprise. It can also relate to you have a plan and then all of a sudden something happens and you're like, oh, that happened. I have a few things come to mind for situations in the past that when I've seen this card and I've gone, oh no, this is awful. And actually it was a blessing. Just to give you an example, I got this card quite a few times at the beginning of the year when I did some polls for what do I need to know, and I thought, okay, so renovation happening in my life, and the whole situation with me in my class, my Zumba class, where it ended the way it ended. The people that I was working with, they did a 360 on me and looked to hire somebody under me without even telling me, you know, and they posted it on my group page for looking for subs 4 classes. I posted it on my blog post, and the full story I'll post it down below, to give you a little bit of to catch up on what I'm talking about. And when I got it, I thought, oh, like something bad is going to happen, and that happened. And I was like, you know what? That's the best thing that could have ever happened to me, because I'm free. Actually, I really didn't like so much. My soul didn't like going through what I was going through, driving in rush hour traffic to get to the class. And you know, it was almost 10 years that I've been doing this every Friday. So you know, my soul wanted out, and I knew I wanted out. I would say that to Dave. I say, you know what, I'm going to quit this class, but I love the class, but I don't want it. So you know what, my soul needed the renovation at the time. It was a blessing, because every Friday morning comes, and I swear, I just have to say, every Friday morning I say, I'm free. And I tell that to Dave. I said, oh, we're free. I'm free. So it's actually a blessing. So something is coming, and that is a blessing. Okay. The first card that came up, the second card I should say, is the 8 of Cups. Now it says failure, but it doesn't mean failure. It actually, it represents that you feel like something is not working between you and someone, that you feel abandoned, or you feel like abandoning the situation. You just feel alone. You feel like walking away, and you just feel like it's just, or you have been feeling, this is the past. And you know, I have to say, this is just the mind telling you that. You need to not look at what's happening. It's just emotion. These are just emotions. And you know, emotions are not real. You know that. Emotions don't tell the truth, okay? When you get emotional, it's just stuff. It's just triggers, okay? So you're feeling abandoned, you're feeling alone, you know, or you feel like abandoning the situation. When it comes to the divine masculine, divine feminine, this is actually more of the divine feminine. It's kind of like the divine feminine feels alone. She feels by herself. She feels like she's alone, and that the divine feminine actually needs to be alone and needs to reflect. When I say divine feminine, I'm talking about the female part. You just can relate to a male that's watching this as well. It's the female side, the female part. The partner, even your partner, needs time away, needs time alone. So you got to give space to the divine feminine. And if it's also about you, it's like you need to give yourself some time to reflect. The divine feminine and the divine masculine to be together and to be divine partner, divine partnership, they both need to work on this, okay? And they both are two separate. They're both the same, but they're both separate. One's divine feminine, one's divine masculine. And so when you got the divine feminine saying, I need to be alone, you need to take care of that part of the divine feminine and put that divine feminine to be reflecting and to be alone, to go within and to just daydream, just to let go. And it's basically the divine feminine needs to cleanse the energy and just release. I get like visit a lake, visit the water. It's all about water. You need some water. The water needs to replenish and cleanse all the residue and the negativity that has been accumulated. So what it's telling you is that you need time away. You need time with nature, and you need time to spend by yourself. This is the only way that you can heal the situation with the divine feminine and the divine masculine to get together, to reunite. You know, we all are made out of that, of both. We have both inside of us. And when it's coming to just, if it's not a love situation that you're in, you have to know we are made out of love. So this obviously relates to you in some way. And like I said, if it doesn't relate to you now, it will in time. Visit this video over and watch it, and you will get a message that will tell you, because whatever jumps out at you and comes through is the message that you need to hear and that you need to know. Okay. And the third card is the 2 of Cups. This means confirmation of love. 2 people, partnership. 2 people that feel the exact same way about one another. Even if it's not a romantic love, it is divine partnership. It is what it is. When I say romantic love, I mean it's just 2 people that feel the exact same way about one another. And also you got the peacock here. And peacocks are very interesting birds. Peacocks relate to clearing negativity away from the past. They are very flamboyant in a lot of ways too. So they inspire. They're very beautiful, and the feathers are very beautiful. So it's telling you that you need to go within, go inward, and trust that there is mutual feelings between you and someone, because you've been feeling abandoned, you've been feeling alone, like the Eight of Cups, and you got to realize and know, trust that this will pass, and because you are loved, trust that this is true love, that there is a connection. And when you know that there's a connection, and to know that you can actually feel relaxed because you're together for the long haul regardless. But you got to let go. You hold on so tight. You know, I'm going to tell you, you hold on. You know what you do? You push, and you make the other person run. And so you got to give space. So that's what I'm seeing here. You got to give space. You got to give that space. And if you don't, then you're going to be pushing that away from what you really want. And you don't want to do that. So you have to trust that. And you know, it helps to do some reading. Like, you know, go to the bookstore, go to a library, and pick up a book and read. Read something that interests you. It can be a fiction novel. It can be anything. It can be something that you're interested in learning, upgrading your skills, or even something that is fun and loving. Something that you can, you know, a good comedy. Something that makes you feel good to read, and that is upgrading what you know in some way. Like when I say upgrading, I mean your energy. Upgrading your energy. I can say watch a TV show, but there's a lot of TV that you got to be careful what you watch, because I'll say, you know, some things on TV actually influence your whole data, and you got to be careful what you watch. I love television. The TV shows that I like to watch are mostly like very old romantics, comedies, and anything without gore and violence, because let me tell you something, when you fill your brain with gore and violence, what you're doing is actually you're changing your whole structure of your whole energy system. You know, if you notice that there's a lot of crime out there, blame it on those TV shows and those video games. Oh, I know one video game. I know my kids used to want that video game, and I was like, no. It was Vice City. This was years ago when they were young, but they don't watch video games anymore. But I play with video games. But it's like at the time, you know, like these things, they're young minds, or even you don't have to be a child to watch these things, and to actually they have to be influenced, like they can influence you, because these things have a way of influencing our minds, you know. And I'm not going to go into, oh, well, who's making them? Well, who's behind it? There's a lot of stuff like that that's out there that's very dramatic and drama, and that's basically what it wants you to do, is to fear, okay? My advice is to do something that is fun-loving and productive and raise your vibration. And even if it's to take some kind of creative like road, if you want, like just take some art classes, take some dance classes, take some music lessons, something like that, you know, that will help you to raise your vibration. You know, find a hobby, something that you really enjoy. You know, I just said book because at the beginning, because books are the best thing for our minds. When you get a good book, there's nothing like curling up with a good book and you know, a hot cup of cocoa. I always love to do that, or tea, you know, just relaxing. It's like just go on the couch and just chill. That's my thing. Okay, so that's when I'm just giving you what I like, but you can find what you like that makes you feel good. But just keep away from, like I said, the gore, violence, or things that are just negative, because there's a lot out there. Because it just actually, you do a lot of work on yourself. Say, for instance, you do all this work on yourself of meditating, you work out, you do all these clearing, these energy things to help rid you of negative thinking, and here you go, putting on something like, I'll just give you Game of Thrones or a horror movie, you know, that just completely changes your whole structure and your whole aura. And it just, you know what it makes? It makes you feel afraid. It makes you feel fear. Now, mind you, I love Game of Thrones. I'm not knocking it. I'm not at all. I'm just saying I just pulled that out of a hat. I mean, just giving you an example, because it has a lot of violence. I usually fast forward it or just cover my eyes when I used to watch it. I don't watch it anymore, but anyways, just to give you that example, when you watch these horror things and you're just like glued to the TV, it actually hypnotizes you and it actually makes you afraid. You know, you get paranoid, you get more paranoid. You feel like this energy around you, like, oh, are they watching me? Oh, are they, you know, you just feel that. And why go through life like that? Why not just be, hey, chilled out and relaxed? And when you are chilled out and relaxed, I'm not saying to be lazy, but when you're chilled out and relaxed and being in the moment, you actually attract beautiful things into your life. That is when you rid yourself of all the negativity, because that's what we need. We need more positive people. We need more positive energies here. So that is telling you that there is love, and that's what all that came from that Two of Cups and the Peacock. And the fourth card, Seven of Stones, which is traditionally the Seven of Pentacles. And this means patience. I always see the Seven of Pentacles or the Seven of Stones as patience. It represents waiting. And when I look at this, I see a bunch of rocks, but I see grounding. It's rocks, but it's also things that are very grounded, things that are very stable. But it relates to just waiting. It's just knowing and just trusting. I like this because it's like, okay, say for instance, you know, the springtime, if you do gardening, we plant seeds. You plant your seeds and you fix your garden. You can plant some seeds into like a little pot and just watch it grow. You know, so that is basically what it's telling you. It's just waiting for the sprouts to grow. So you are at a waiting stage right now. So don't worry, because the universe has your back and you are growing. And that is what it's telling you, that everything that's happening right now is just a growing process. This is just a part of your growth. Just like the Tower said, don't worry, it's coming, and this is going to be a renovation in your life. It's all for the greater good, and it'll just be a flash. It's not even something that will be like, it will tear you apart or anything like that. I know I'm pulling some hard words here, but trust me, everything I see is just going to be passing through. And like I said, mentioned before, we have Mars in retrograde, so things are just a little bit slower than we'd like to. You know, it's summertime. Hey, you know what, where I'm at, actually, in other parts of the world, it's winter. You know what, enjoy the moment. Just be present. I would say just get out in nature and enjoy the energy of the weather. Okay, and if it's winter around you, well, then get outside before it gets too cold. But I'm sure you don't get the harsh winters as we do, but you can still get out there and get out to nature and just enjoy being in the moment, because that is what the Seven of Stones is saying. Be in the moment and just allow things just to be. Like you need a little bit of, you need a break. That's when I look at all of these cards together, I see new beginnings, I see a new you, but I also see that you have to give yourself some time to reflect and to breathe, and keep away from any harsh TV. Don't watch the news. You know, some people believe in the news. I don't. Actually, it's funny, because the news actually inhibits fear in us. It gives us fear. It actually encourages us to feel fear and makes us feel like that paranoid. So it's good to know what's going on around you, of course, but I ask my angels, let me know what I need to know. That's important. And it always comes up what I need to know. Paper will come in my mailbox, which I don't order the paper, or something will just come up and flash on my computer. It's just, you know, but that's what my point is to just don't let this all get to you. Like, just get away from the thought patterns, even your thoughts. Let's just, okay, I'm talking about TV and all these things with negative energies. You know, your thoughts, you need to not let those thoughts get to you when it comes to your divine partner. like, because that is the worst. I have to say, I get lots of clients that are just always having all these stories, all these ideas about the divine partner, their divine partner, giving up on them and not loving them, and then feeling unloved, and they're feeling just, and all of it's, I would say 99% of the time is not true, because a lot of the times your divine partner is going through stuff, and the divine partner needs time away, needs time to be alone. And just like your divine partner needs time to reflect and be alone, so do you. Like, you need to give that, because you're both connected. See, when we fall in love, when we find our divine partner, what happens is that we're so connected that we can feel what they feel, and they can feel what you feel, what we feel. So when you raise your vibrations, they can feel it. They feel like raising their vibrations, and that's what this is all about. Raise your vibration. Do something that makes you feel amazing. Be amazing, because you are amazing, and accept that. Know that you are a beautiful beam of light, you know, and that's what you have to accept that, you know. Good affirmations are really helpful to repeat in the mirror. I love to say I'm enough. That is like one of the best. I have enough. I am enough. I'm beautiful and everybody loves me. And I know that sounds conceited. I'm beautiful and everybody loves me, but try saying that and believe it. Believe it. I mean, look at yourself and just say, I'm beautiful, and just say you're beautiful, and just say thank you to yourself. And when you do that, you change your whole aura. You change the lights around you. You change your vibration. The aura is the lights, and this is what connects us to other people, and what other people feel from us, and what we feel from them. You know, we all have that intuition. Okay, so I can go on and on and on about intuition and the aura, and you know, that'll be another video soon. And so I hope that this reading was helpful for you. If you find it helpful, please give a like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate that. I'm so grateful and so blessed to have you always watching my videos, and I tell you that all the time, because I really do mean it sincerely from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel and supporting me and following me, and you know, watching my videos every week. These videos are not easy to do, but they are easy because I love to do them. So I'm just letting you know that in advance. Thank you so much. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe, because I promise you that I will put out the best content as I can in the future, of tutorials and tips and everything like that that can help you on your spiritual path and journey. Like I said, we are spirit becoming human, not human becoming spirit, but we need a little help, okay, with that on the way, because we're in these machines. Okay, so we're here on earth, so that's the way it works. And if you would like to learn more about getting a personalized reading with me, please visit my website, psychicsoulmatereading.com, and subscribe to my newsletter. I give a free gift. I give a free coloring book, mystical pages of affirmations. And when I say mystical pages, I mean like unicorn, I have fairies, I have just beautiful stuff. I can't remember offhand, but it's a nice coloring book that I created, and a guided meditation, Love and Abundance, and an ebook, How to Attract Your Soulmate. Okay, until the next video, love you all so much. Peace and blessings. Namaste.